Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I've got another raid video for you. This one I didn't really plan on doing, but I got asked by someone in my cluster to make a phase 1 raid video, so I decided to make a solo of phase 1. I am obviously using all gear 8 characters, and the team I'm going to be using is the one everyone knows. It's the Hero, Baymax, Honey Lemon, Bubbles, Sven team. The basic premise of this raid run is pretty much the exact same as what you're going to do in the other runs. The only difference is how you're going to interact with the start of this run. You're going to effectively open up with basics only. So the idea here is you must land offense down with Baymax. If you don't land offense down with Baymax, Glut's going to do too much damage, and you're just going to have to restart the run. So you're gonna land offense down with Baymax. You're gonna then use basics until Glut takes a turn. Glut's then gonna purge. Once he's then purged, you're gonna purge him with Honey Lemon, not Baymax. You're gonna purge him with Honey Lemon, so he's back to this offense down. And then with Baymax, you're gonna apply Patient to Sven. This means that when Glut does his straight line ability, when he cuts through your team, he's going to only cut through the front row. So with Glut using his frenzy attack, he's going to cut through that front row with Baymax, Hero, and Honey Lemon. They're going to be inflicted with Intimidate and Fear, and when Glut cuts through them, he's going to inflict continuous damage based on any additional harmful effects you have. So what's going to happen is he's going to apply loads of continuous damage, and it's going to do a lot of damage, but because you've got offense down, you should be able to survive the hit. Now, I can't guarantee whether this will work at gear 7 because I've only been using this with gear 8, but the idea here is that he's gonna inflict enough damage, but then Baymax is going to take his turn, and Baymax is going to clear them straight away. With all the the continuous damage inflicted and the additional damage that hits Honey Lemon and Hero, you're going to basically charge up your spells immediately. Now the aim here is to at minimum have your cauldron charge from this. It's extremely ideal if you manage to get your shadow as well, and what you're going to do is you're going to shadow the cauldron. Now the rest of this comes fairly straightforward, and the reason this is so much more beneficial to get the cauldron out early and the shadows out early is that you can start just applying all that magic and stacking Sven, increasing those guaranteed crits, and putting up the evades. Now the reason I say you want to get a shadow out early as possible is you're gonna actually want to shadow the cauldron. If you can't get that shadow out quickly, because sometimes once you get into the cycle of being able to scan the cauldron and putting up evades, Glut doesn't get the opportunity to damage you that much, so it's actually hard to charge your spells from this point onwards. I would only recommend you shadowing Honey Lemon if you're going to lose her before she's getting in. If you're going to lose her before she gets insta-killed. If she doesn't get insta-killed and dies to continuous damage, then you're just going to lose all those extra turns from another cycle of insta-kill. But anyway, you can see from the footage here that the tactics are the same. Scanning the cauldron with Hero, using Honey Lemon basic, eating carrots to Sven, and then using stare down as much as possible with Bubbles. You might want to kind of alternate between scanning the cauldron and Bubbles, just depending on Glut's turn meter. It's fairly straightforward. It's really about this beginning bit that you need to get right, and you have to get the offense down on Glut, otherwise he will just absolutely kill you with the frenzy. You can't survive that, and then you can't charge your spells. You're just gonna have to restart. The other reason why I feel it's really important to shadow the cauldron is because that cauldron is going to use a basic ability, giving the magic, but that one magic it gives has the opportunity for Sven to assist. Now you're going to have to get quite lucky here with Sven actually passively assisting. You effectively want to spend your time eating carrots with Sven and hoping for these passive assists. Now once I get down to Bubbles and Sven, I start to use his basic ability a lot more. You definitely need to consider the fact that it's going to be much harder to apply slow. You're going to need to have tactics on Bubbles to guarantee the slow, and for him to do his basic ability. So you need to have this in mind once you lose Honey Lemon. If you don't put a slow down, Glut is just super fast. It's going to end that run quicker. So you have to sometimes use Sven's basic ability just so that Bubbles will assist and land the slow. I would try to avoid using Bubbles' basic ability. You mainly want to apply the slows with Sven and Bubbles assisting. So eventually when you're just down to Bubbles and Sven, you're just going to want to start getting the hits in really. It's a bit of a judgment call. If you think you can stack him a little bit more, then maybe go for it. But bearing in mind that you're going to have so many evades on at this point that Glut's not really going to hit you, and he's not going to charge any spells. So in this, I show you that it's possible to do this full phase 1 solo without Sven's Shadow. But of course, as I said, my Sven is gear 8. Might not be so easy with a gear 7 Sven. But in any case, like, I'm just going to let the footage play out now, and you can see pretty much how the rest of this works. It's there's some RNG element obviously with Sven's assisting, but for the most part, you can control the battle, and as you see, I actually managed to make it into phase 2 with Bubbles and Sven. They don't last particularly long, but it's a couple extra hits with them, so to bring up your score. Anyway, I'm probably just going to let this video play out now rather than coming back in at the end. If you like the video, please leave a like and subscribe, and let me know what you think down in the comments. Thanks for watching, guys.